Hey guys, it's Trish. This is going to be your weekly predictions for August 4th through August 10th. So, disclaimer, I'm clairvoyant, clairsentient, and clairaudient. I am not an astrologer, and I cuss a lot. So, if you can't handle the truth, click the fuck off now. This week starts off with the Grand Cardinal Cross, challenging us to deal with abuse of power. Combined with the T-square, that's going to force a decision in regards to arrivals and departures. Okay, the sun works with Jupiter, bringing our attention and focus to energy, resources, reserves, and energetic wastes. Okay, Neptune sextiles Pluto, allowing your spiritual talents to be used in a positive way. And there's a grand psychic water trine boosting that potential and helping to unleash or unlock your talent. Could be past talents too. Venus trines Jupiter on... Oh, something's tickling me. Venus trines Jupiter on Thursday, August the 8th. That's 8-8, a code of 8-8, allowing the opening of the lion's gate and bursting your heart chakra wide open, bringing in harmony and love and financial luck, capital letters, and abundance. And it follows up this lucky, positive abundance energy with the moon conjuncting Jupiter. Okay, so you decide. It's all about what you focus on. You can be the victim or you can be the victor. Hold on. Sunday, the moon is an equitable, adaptable, charming Libra. You will be accepting of different perspectives, although you absolutely will not suffer a fool. It's all about the aesthetics at this time. Beauty and the arts will catch and keep your attention as you admire and are able to see the beauty in all things. You will most likely go with the flow, keeping the harmony in all relationships and partnerships with astounding charm and grace. Libra energy is very diplomatic, fair, and interdependent, but much of what you get accomplished depends on the help of others at this time. So don't be afraid to ask for help. Your words are fluid and not quite emotional, although logical and a bit calculated. You could also be happy to spend money on beautiful and luxurious things and people and places, okay? There's a lot of flowers, and I'm seeing a lot of flowers, so you could be stopping to smell the roses, literally, okay? You will be faced with a decision in which something is in competition with something else. Do I take the blue or the red pill? Okay, where was I? You will be faced with a decision in which something is in competition with something else. Do I take the blue or the red pill? Okay, so take the blue if you want to stay asleep and be a part of the sheeple. Take the red pill if you want to stand up and be a leader and claim your shit. Okay, claim your status, your standing. There is an abuse of power present, a type of codependency where someone is intimidating or trying to dominate someone else. They're taking advantage and feeding off of the power in the form of energy that they're stealing from elsewhere. Total sucky bitch action. Okay, you're going to have to stand your ground and either promote harmony if it's the fair and just thing to do, or you could waver back and forth, not really standing up for yourself and just kind of going along to get along. In either case, there's going to be a confrontation because somebody's not happy. Both could possibly not be happy, you know, and there's going to be an acting out, you know, an impulsive act, possibly aggressive, angry, passionate. However, this could leave some people drowning, whether physically, an accidental drowning, or drowning in tears, drowning in debts, drowning in obligations, or thoughts. Okay, leaving some feeling overwhelmed. Now, the thing is with drowning, with the major planetary transits that we have, this could be like drowning in earth, drowning in ice, drowning in space or air. And I keep wanting to highlight that because it doesn't just happen with water. It could be fluid filling up the lungs. It could be I don't know, an astronaut in space and there's a leak and then you can't breathe because your lungs are filling up with space instead of, you know, our monitored chemical combination of air here on Earth, okay? So for the most part, this is a time of arrivals and departures, okay? So somebody could come in and help you out, a protector or a nurturer or supporter. And sometimes this can involve adult children or offspring that may or may not be yours, you know, adult children. It could even be a new child, or your children is having babies. It could be like a new dog, okay? There is a lot of support and people are flocking to you. If you do not go with the flow, or if you are not in your integrity or coming from a place of love, you will suffer additional consequences besides your assigned karma. But should you accept the absolute truth of your reality and promise to hold yourself and love yourself in the highest regard from now on, from here on out, you will have experienced the one positive out of this. You've learned a lesson you will never have to experience again. Numbers for that day are 4 and 24. Now, guys, I didn't go over these transits yet. So I see 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Wow, major progression. Okay. Let's see. So 4 is about control and grounding. 24, that's something manifesting in the physical. Okay, it could be a power couple. It could be an establishment of some kind, because this is all about feeling empowered. Feeling empowered, okay? So 5, 5, 15, 16, 16, 16. That's 777, guys. What do I say about 777? It's a crapshoot. Okay, so this is like a lucky strike, or for some, an unlucky strike. Okay, changes in service, changes in the daily schedule, a transformation, a little bit of alchemy, changes in the self, and changes on the surface due to confidence. Okay, so this could be something that's a surprise. It could be a lucky or an unlucky surprise. It could also be some kind of gift that changes the balance of things in the physical realm. Okay, so Monday feels a little bit better and things should start to look up. If you have resigned to seeing through the illusion that you used to carry yesterday, you may feel more grateful and optimistic that this happened when it did. Today feels calmer personally, and things should be pretty harmonious at home. And you may actually receive a promotion, additional pay, or authority at work. Okay, at this point, you could actually be credited with something. As for your relationships, it may not be over yet, okay? There could be trouble in a first marriage related to financial issues or issues about scarce or lack of resources. And someone could be putting off some electricity from the wheels spinning in their head. Once again, we have a potential outburst, but this is just a continuation of yesterday, in which someone is filled with anxiety and is pretty high-strung. Okay, and when I was doing the horoscope, I heard, I've already told you. So it feels rather quiet, like there's been some kind of separation, or you could be in separate rooms, or even in a different vicinity, like different realms, even. You or them could have taken a road trip to blow off some steam, or you could have gone to see a friend because you're well loved and well received. Excuse me, with your friends. Hold on, excuse me. It's what happens when you drink ice cold Coke. You burp and you get the hiccups. Okay, so where was I? Or you could have, you could be just in your man cave or shishak reading or writing something and taking the space that you need. Hell, it could be a journal entry or a love letter. Numbers for that day are 5, 25. Oh, that's it, 5 and 25. Huh. I'm missing something. Sorry, I paused for a minute because I thought I was missing some numbers, but actually on Monday there isn't a lot of numbers, just 5 and 25. So we got changes that are creating a balance, gifts, surprises. So this is kind of like, it could be an awakening. It can be straight out of your fantasies, or it can be straight out of your nightmares. It depends. I don't know what to tell you guys. I just try to give you both possibilities, right? The positive and the negative. And then you guys figure out where you fit in between that. Okay, so Tuesday, the moon moves into magnetic, spiritual, ambitious, self-reliant Scorpio. Your determination, clarity, and good judgment, coupled with your phenomenal memory and intensity, allow you to exercise great self-control and willpower. You have major potential for self-mastery and wisdom if you haven't already arrived. Your powers of observation and the passion that drives you allows you to achieve high gains Okay, you are high-powered executive material. Nothing can stand in your way when you are driven by or to your passions. Your observational skills are heightened, and you may be seeing beyond or reading between the lines, okay, delving deep in an intense way. You're ever the resourceful and clever one, okay? And now, as you regroup, recharging your energetic resources, taking a breather, you're going to gain a clearer understanding as to a particular standard that you're enabling, enacting, or establishing. Okay, you're feeling pretty idealistic as you work for the benefit of humankind, using your phenomenal ability to love. There is a sense of pride you get producing quality work. Scorpios are good at hiding or killing off pain. You know, they'd opt to go numb rather than dealing with it. They'll just put that on the side and ignore it, and it'll go away. I don't see it anymore. Okay, when there is trauma involved, this could feel like keeping something secret or secrecy. Okay, this sign has a hard time trusting and being vulnerable to others for fear of giving up control in some kind of way. Okay, so there's this element of something or someone being hidden or hiding something. But with the sun squaring Jupiter, here comes that opportunity to grow, or you may be forced to grow in some way. You could be left feeling drained, and there's attention to your energy waste, you know, time, money, love, attention, focus, ideas, and thoughts. You're being put on notice. You may have tried to hide or deny these things, but here comes a confrontation that brings a confrontation of the self. Are you giving too much of your precious energy, reserves, and resources? Or someone or something else draining every last drop? Either way, someone's not happy. Hold on. The little aliens, scarecrow pinata just threw his hat on the ground. Trying to get my attention. Yes, I know. I'm doing the horoscope. Knock it off. Okay, so like I was saying, you know, you might see some spooky things. You might see some dead people this week. If you've been following some of my readings, the transit that's coming on this very next day, I'm still on Tuesday. It comes on Wednesday, but we've been feeling this energy coming in, or actually seeing, feeling, and hearing this energy coming in, just to be specific. Okay, so I was at... Either way, someone's not happy at all, and they might act out or speak out if in fact something is an injustice, or they might speak out on behalf of someone else to get justice, okay? Or somebody's trying to, well, it might be a false sense of injustice, you know, they might be bullshitting, but either way, this has the intensity of a spoiled brat throwing a fit when they don't get their way, okay? Or it could be a stance someone is taking in defense against someone who's taxing, stealing, or diverting a resource to themselves, okay, in a selfish way. There could also be some demands made, or demands could be met with strong opposition and outright defiance. Shadow side brings unstable nervous tension and the tendency to dominate, okay? It kind of feels like intimidation tactics, kind of like an or else demand, give me or I will take, scare tactics that only a creep would try. Or someone could be asserting themselves, putting their foot down, reiterating a definite no yet again. There is resentfulness and jealousy coupled with obstinance as you refuse. Someone could be overbearing and hold grudges if you don't give them what you want, what they want, okay? And there is also this fear of rejection present, so there's a tendency to act like you have the power, or you might be demanding all the power as you personally fear being controlled. You may want to run away, and for some of you guys, you run away at the first sign of danger. I'm just going to say that now. You may want to run away or break away to avoid giving something up. It feels like somebody's being an ultimatum to give in or suffer. Okay, so I was getting the impression that this is power games, possibly rape or sexual assault. There could be somebody choked, strangled, tied up, or handcuffed with the threat of bodily harm using physical force, possibly kidnapped, or a prisoner trapped or held somewhere, possibly for ransom. Okay, this could involve guns and knives. They may even use drugs to take advantage of you, so watch your drinks, okay? Stay Mickey free and try to use the buddy system instead of venturing out alone. The freaks and psychos, serial killers and rapists all come out at night, and so do the pervs looking for flesh to bait. Ick. Ladies, please be aware of your surroundings and stay safe. Please. Okay, so we have numbers of 6 and 26 today, so that's about healing, doing what you love, being socially responsible in a way that balances things out. Okay, we have 6 and 26, so 26 equals 8. This is something. This is a level playing field, serving in a way that you love. And then we have 14 and 14, which is changes. Okay, it's grounding in the self, expression of control. I'm not doing things your way, I'm doing things my way. I do not serve you, I will serve myself and the public, humankind, whatever it is. So 6, 8, 5, and 5. Changing your daily schedule in a joyful, optimistic way because you're empowered and back into control, or trying to maintain the control. Wednesday is an extraordinary day, if I haven't told you already. Okay, you might have been getting headaches, dreams, or you've been feeling like you're tapped in or plugged in, or you could be feeling kind of otherworldly, like you're in between realms, or like your head's floating. This could also make you feel like you're being watched. And some of you are. And some of you are just paranoid. Whatever you're experiencing is the result of a rare transit, okay? Neptune is in Pisces. It spends approximately 14 years in each sign, and Pluto 13 to 32 years, okay? Both of them are retrograde, and any aspects formed last for an extremely long period of time, okay? Years. And they're considered important in your individual horoscope only if Neptune and Pluto are on the ascendant, which is your rising sign, or your midhaven, or Pisces or Scorpio is prominent in your chart. Okay, this major transit is here to stay for quite a while. I'm talking years. You most likely have it in your natal chart as it is a generational influence. Okay, in fact, it started in the 40s. I was born in 1970, and it's still in my natal chart. Okay, the energy is super potent at the time it is exact. And with both planets in retrograde, this is quite the plugging in. Excuse me. And if that isn't enough, this major transit is being heightened with the grand psychic water trine involving the North Node, Neptune, and the Moon in Scorpio. Literally changing your destiny with the showing of psychic talents and gifts you may or may not have been aware of. Surprise! Talents can be one of the clairs, clairaudience, clairvoyant, clairsentient. There's like 5 of them. I don't even know the other 2. But anyways, you could be quite prophetic at this time too. You may make a prediction. You may make the prediction. You may make a prediction of the century. And that's going to get the attention that you deserve for your talents. For others, this may be the touch. The Midas touch, or they could be showing they're touched in the head. You'll be seeing miracles amidst the terror. There's magic in the air. Yes, that was Lion King, sorry. Flip side of these transits can be a permanent lunacy or the obsessive paranoia tendencies causing a competition in the head. Okay, inner conflict and inner insecurity can bring out contradictory actions. Okay, there's this feeling of repetitive and obsessive thoughts and talking, repeating something over and over again, like trying to convince someone of or yourself of something. Okay, it can be talking or arguing to or with imaginary people, or literally talking with the spirits, as in I see dead people. You might see people talking to themselves. There's a lot of self-talk with repetitive phrases. Okay, you could be seeing, hearing, feeling, and knowing things that you've never known before. Wondering, how did you do that? How do you know that? Did you really hear? Did you really see what was there? Okay, in a good way, this comes out as a talent. In a bad way, you could be psycho batshit crazy. Numbers for that day are 7 and 27. Okay, so give me a second. Let me take a look at these numbers because, like I said, I didn't have time to really review them. Okay, so we have 18, 18, 18, oh, and 27. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 4 nines, guys. Unconditional love or a purge or an ending. Okay, so you're being pulled out or pushed out, or you're actually digging out. Excuse me. Or some of you guys are checking out. Funny, not funny. Okay, so 18 and 27 all equal 9. With the 27, it's a balancing partnership or an intimate partnership, or this could be a destruction that balances things out. The number of the day is already 7, so this is about awakenings, karma, fantasy, heaven, angelic, miraculous, healing. Finally, something's come to an end. There's alchemy involved here as we express changes in ourselves, and this is authentic. It's like suddenly shit comes together. Wow. This is pretty amazing. And it, like I said, it's going to last a while. We're talking, 13 to 30 years. I didn't actually check, but if it was started in the 1940s, I was born in 1970. It's safe to say that it's going to be like this for at least the rest of your life. I'm 48, so I'm not expecting to live much more than 40 more years, and this is probably going to affect me for the rest of my life. So Thursday, the moon moves into adventurous, optimistic explorer energy. That is Sagittarius. You're honorable and honest to a fault. Okay, brutally honest. You're very independent and have a thirst for knowledge. You're all about anything foreign, travel, books, people, food, pets. It's about expanding your window on the world. This is worldly energy, very enterprising with extraordinary insight. You are an achiever, a philosopher. You take calculated risks, okay? Gambles, even in your quest, and especially to prove them wrong. You've got balls, I'll give you that. And you live for the moment. Anything goes. You're always up for an exploratory adventure, even if it's in books. Your honesty is very well received and may be dealt with sarcasm. How can anyone not laugh? Sagittarius is quirky and hilarious, okay? But you can be careless and reckless occasionally because, let's face it, routine gets boring and you are the one to mix it up. The law of attraction is like your life mantra. You often turn the other cheek because you're a kind, noble soul. Okay, you're very accepting of the fate the universe has in store for you. So you tend to push your limits, trusting that if it's your time, it's your time. You're going to go out with a bang in typical Sagittarius style. The shadow side of this energy is being non-committal, irresponsible, extravagant, having an inability to focus due to restlessness, and just being plain lazy. Excuse me, and wasteful of energy and resources. You could also be less serious about your love relationships, partnerships, and fidelity. Well, you are pretty damn sexy. I dub the boss bitch. Okay, you go, girl. Way to inspire. This is the typical badass bitch energy. Okay, if it offends you, well, click off. Okay, today though, you'll have your head on your shoulders, and you conquer best when you face things head on. Okay, Venus and Jupiter make this period a time of loving, abundance, and harmony. In fact, it's going to be a lot easier to express your love or admiration for someone, and it's definitely your lucky day. You might have just struck gold, or there could be a realization that you are golden. Okay, the golden child or the golden ticket, and you could literally strike it rich. Literally, Did I say literally? I say literally a lot. Okay, so the toxic people, places, ideas, and things blocking you have been released and purged, and this creates an amassed influx, overflowing of energy that was once being stolen or diverted elsewhere, very much like a dam breaking loose, or all hell breaking loose is the next phrase I wanted to say. Okay, it's an emergence, a debut. It's an amazing breaking onto a scene, you know, like a debutante, okay, premiere. This can be an exclusive or an inclusive, like the silver lining in all the previous clouds have stored those tears from past traumas, and it's getting ready to return, only this time in shiny precious metal, silver and gold, sparkle and shine. This could definitely be a lucky break, a miraculous, magical being in the right place at the right time. Okay, this can even be where they claim you or ask for exclusivity, or maybe it's you. For some, this will be a you're too much, I can't handle, afford, or pay for you. And positive side, I want to give you the world, or you're a piece of shit, or you are the shit. And you're a gold digger, or you're solid gold. Okay, so it could be shine baby or shine on baby. Either way, this could also be somebody who's so delusional that could be like stalking, obsessive, stalking someone under the fantasy that this is their wife, trying to show ownership or possession of someone. They belong to me, or they're with me, they work for me, trying to show some kind of authority to. Okay, from one extreme to another, there could be jealousy, vindictiveness, faking niceties, and talking shit behind your back. The haters, the stalkers, your number one fans, critics and hecklers will be coming out. And of course, being in the wrong place at the wrong time could also happen too. There could be a backfiring that could cause some shunning, okay? Shining and shunning, either one. It's basically like a twist of fate where a gamble or a risk pays off, okay? Somebody's going to get transformed. They're going to go from rags to riches, and then there's going to be those who are going the opposite, from riches to rags. Talk about trading places by leveling the playing field. Okay, so numbers for that day are 8 and 8, okay? 8, 28, 8, 14, 14. So, it's time. Temper the temper. It's time to show your leadership ability. It's time to build your legacy. There's a completion of a cycle. You're feeling empowered. You got double empowerment numbers this month, okay? So like literally the stars are behind you, okay? 14, that is the angel coming in and declaring that you have the power. So this is kind of like a little bit like you're untouchable. I'm so fancy. You already know. How's that? Can't touch that. And I'm not talking about what's his name either. Oh God, now I'm hearing that too. No, I'm trying to hear you like that, don't touch that. Something like that. You know, being high class, or being so pure and statuesque that nobody can fuck with you. You're golden, you're good. Shine, inspiration. People are behind you because they're aware of what you stand for, and you don't stand for any bullshit. Okay. Take it as it resonates, guys. You're gonna see how this is gonna play out during the week. You may already be seeing it because these are major planets, right? Okay, so Friday, if you're already trapped in a predicament, the cat baiting the mouse might get bored and seek others to play with. Okay, or it might be today the cat decides to play the mouse to death. You're purely an object to them to be played with and used for their own sick pleasures. And while I was writing this, I heard, leave me alone. Okay, Sagittarius needs a lot of space and breathing room, so you're gonna constantly get requested to back off. Or if it's you, you're gonna be like, get off me, leave me alone, back off, because you may be smothered, or someone may be smothering you. Okay, so this is almost like suffocated in some kind of way. If someone was kidnapped, and most likely they might have, because of the transits that have been in play, there's going to be at least one kidnapping, but I know there's more, at least 2 to 3, and most likely it is female. It's somebody's daughter, because I was getting the daughter being stolen from the mother theme. I've been getting that for a little bit, but there's a positive side to that. It could be the daughter returning to the mother after that period of sacrifice and suffering where you feel like you're being punished, and then that overflow, like I was just talking about, right? The dam spilleth over. You reach the glass ceiling and you exceed it. You give it your all and you get it right back. Excuse me. So, I know I talk about some really dark shit, but I'm only telling you what they tell me. Guys, this is what they're channeling me. This is a warning. They are being used for sexual degradation, most likely a sexual slave subjected to torture by some fucking maniac. They want more and more, and they're still not satisfied, and they start freaking out, and like their emotions get amplified because they're really, really needy in some kind of way. They could be like pretending there's a real relationship happening, but in reality, it's not even real. It's surreal. And the relationship is a result of delusion or illusion. Okay, in fact, this person can be in denial, assuming she wanted it, or we're in love, okay, or claim ownership or something, or that she belongs to me. This can involve drugs or a drug-induced frenzy or comatose-like presence used as a means of escape, coping mechanism. Or it can be used to keep you from escaping. So there's a confrontation and a plea to be released. It could be your lucky day if you can convince them that you're human and start getting spiritual, you know. Not necessarily spiritual like we need to pray to God, but you know, you could go that way too. But what I was hearing was please God, or for the love of God, to which they might respond in 2 different ways. If it's positive, you might get them to do the right thing and pray for their own souls, or you may be crying out, oh God, in pleasure. If negative, they might just laugh and tell you there is no God here, which gives me a sickening feeling in my stomach. If this is an actual relationship, there could be trouble if someone hasn't faced where they're falling short, exactly where they're feeling, okay? There could be trouble if they aren't acknowledging some kind of neglect or oversight. They could be deep in denial or delusional, thinking that they could fool you into or out of something, or they could be fooling themselves in some kind of way, and they could be confused and so wrapped up in this fantasy that they're not really seeing things clearly. Okay, it's like they just don't have any boundaries, and it could be attributed to some kind of addiction, like drugs, alcohol, risky behavior, sex, gambling, pills. Okay, it could be, you know, a pedophile, because we've got some sick shit going on right now. And for these kind of behaviors, it's about going beyond the edges of society and the normal expectations of society, you know, about all the dark things that we don't talk about. Well, I do. I do, and I will. There is fear of rejection that can cause clinginess, okay? And so it's like somebody's shadowing your every mood, your every move. So, excuse me. So you literally could be spied on. Your phone could be tapped, okay? There is peeping Tom. There is a stalker. There is your #1 fan. Crazy, crazy shit. Like I said, the fringes of society. Okay, so they could be shadowing your every move, watching you, suffocating you in your space, being all up in your ass. And yes, the dark side of that too, with unwanted attention, or aka sexual assault. But if they're consciously aware of their own thinking and behavior, they will conquer those feelings, okay? And then you should have a light, affectionate day filled with lots of attention. But you see how things can go from 0 to 100 like really fast, right? Okay, so numbers for that day are 9 and 29. So it's like unconditional love in a couple, or a pair could be ending, or there could be a purge, a push out, or a pulled out. The fact that we have a 9 and an 11 is, it's clear that there's a goal. Somebody needs to go, or somebody needs to hug. Somebody needs to hug or make love or something, right? Okay, then we have 14 and 14. So once again, temperance and temperance. Temper, balance it out, or things will get leveled. Saturday, the moon moves into determined, responsible, disciplined Capricorn. This is a patient, committed, loyal energy. Capricorn is sincere in loving relationships once they get past the trust issues. They actually have a secret terror of being abandoned, so you may find they criticize and as an attempt to deal with feelings, okay? The sign doesn't do very well with feelings. They don't like to talk much. They like to work or do physical labor. So most of the time, they'll be doing physical labor like working in the yard, and they tend to be workaholics as a means to compensate or overcompensate, meaning they don't want to think, they just want to work. But you can't avoid doing the work, okay? Try not to avoid doing the work while you're physically working, because that tends to defeat the purpose. Okay, this is also the workaholic and bossaholic energy, where big business and ambition meet. Talk about dedication. You will be in the mood for getting organized and ambitiously attack that to-do list. And for some of you, that to-do list, honeydew. Okay, because you have pride in your work and you're proud of what you can accomplish. Nice job. Way to get her done. Shadow side can bring out the criticism, the pessimist, and the micromanaging nitpicker. This can be a cruel, self-sabotaging energy like the devil inside. Make sure you suppress that sucky bitch. Numbers for that day are 10 and 21. So there's definite completion of a cycle. Everything seems to come together, and from now on you have infinite possibilities, and you can create and express them with joy. Okay, so something is ended that was unbalanced, so we're moving forward with something new, an authentic creation that's, like I said, brand spanking new. It's never been here before. Okay, new spark. All right, guys, this has been your weekly predictions for August 4th through August 10th. I'll see you guys next week. Love you. Take care.